Thank you for having me. We had quite a warm reception yesterday and even today, so thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. Because that's sort of the thrill of directing a movie, is you get to really place the audience wherever you feel that best suits the story. And I love all of my favorite directors. Form always follows the function, and you feel the emotionality of it without realizing what they're actually doing with the camera. And because this is such an intimate movie, but it also, in its best form, is epic, as you said. That was a fun challenge, and the camera has a very specific relationship to Jackson Maine. He's trying to avoid it. It has a very specific relationship to Allie also, in that she's not even aware of her power, what the movie is. So you sort of, she finds herself, or she doesn't know it, but we as the viewer find her in the middle of the frame, almost on stage before she knows it in the bathroom. And in wanting to make a movie where there's live music, where we recorded all the vocals live, and feeling that authenticity, in main part because she's the real deal, and the rest of the movie has to rise to her level. I had this idea of never leaving the stage, the camera. How can we stay on the stage and still get scope? And that was, sometimes when you put parameters around what you can do, you actually come up with ideas, and that's where all that was born out of. That you as a viewer are always living vicariously through the characters. And then, to me, at its best, you feel like you're walking out of that car and heading through the bowels of the theater, and then you find yourself on stage as a theater goer.
Hola, buenos días. La película, o yo por lo menos vi en la película también una cierta reflexión sobre la fama, cómo se alcanza la fama, el talento. Y la pregunta es si a usted, si ha tenido que frenar a gente que quería fabricarle o fabricar su carrera, y si el ser director le da más control también sobre sí mismo.
Fame is, of course, an element of the movie. I always, when thinking about this film, and certainly the history of it and how to deal with it, because the characters that Will Fetters, Eric Roth, and myself created are quite different, and their relationship to fame is quite different than the other films. So I sort of looked at it sonically, and fame to me is about sort of the influx of energy in a very confined space and then silence. And that's how the rhythm sonically of the film starts out, and then we maintain that rhythm through the movie. It sort of dictates the pace in a lot of ways. You're absolutely right. When you get to, when Warner Brothers gave me the chance to co-write and direct the film, I have much more control the word, or input, or ability to help navigate the story in a way. And it just felt wonderful to be able to do that. And in large part because I think casting is really fun. I really love being able to cast people who I find fascinating and who I thought could really give all of themselves. And they did, and it really, for that alone, was worth doing.
Enhorabuena, Bradley. Quisiera preguntarte cómo ha sido trabajar con Lady Gaga y también si has tenido la presión de otras versiones anteriores de Nacido, Estrella y cómo te has desenvuelto. Muchas gracias.
I mean, there's always pressure, I think, whenever a studio entrusts you to tell a story. And I'm not sure if it was more pressure than if there were never movies within that same property that had come before. I think whenever you have people that are entrusting themselves to you, that comes with a lot of pressure. And luckily, Warner Brothers allowed me the time to prepare the movie, to get to a place where I felt comfortable enough to invite all of these great artists, crew included, to this set and for us to tell this story. In fact, I'd say in a way it was almost exciting cinematically to have predecessors, because we were able to pay homage to them through the movie. Thank you for the question.
Bonjour, on va demander pour parler français.
Oh yeah, I know.
Parfait. Voilà, en fait, j'ai vu votre film à Venise, j'étais au Festival de Venise et j'ai trouvé super ce que vous avez fait avec Lady Gaga, la relation que vous avez. L'anecdote que vous avez eue par rapport...
Excuse me, could you
Yes,
do the
yes,
question in
yes, of course.
English?
That's good.
In English, sorry, because there is no translation.
English, no, je comprends.
Je comprends. Okay,
Ah oui.
but I think that's accent.
It's okay? It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. The question, since the film in Venice is perfectly, and see with Lady Gaga and other things, and I have today is not for a question because my grandmother go out of the life tomorrow. I am going to see him in hospital, and the same thing with your father. And I have production. I promised to my grandmother before she died to give that because it's very in my dream to do that for you. And I think that accept that. I am in production and maybe you can or not. And I promise you my grandmother because she died tomorrow and it's a promise to you too.
Do you have any question?
No, it's
Okay. We should pay
wait,
profit of our but I'll talk to you after about it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. It's your turn. Yeah. ¿Del cuestión?
Hola, buenas. Yo quería saber, bueno, Nacido, una estrella es un proyecto del que se hablaba bastante antes de que cayera en sus manos. ¿Qué es lo que le llevó a tomar las riendas de todo el proyecto? Y luego quería saber cómo fue trabajar con Lady Gaga y cómo ha logrado que dé el do de pecho, nunca mejor dicho, igual, ofreciendo una actuación espectacular. Gracias.
Well, anybody that knows anything about her as a performer leading up to this point, I think it's pretty clear that she gives it her all. She's one of the great artists of our time, if not in history. So my job was just to set a proposal when I met with her, which would hopefully entice her enough to want to give it her all. And then once she obliged, which was the whole reason why the movie exists today, my job was then to create an environment that was safe enough for her to put all of that great work and talent into an atmosphere where we could get these beautiful, authentic moments. And that's what you always strive for, I think. That's what I strive for. And those are the things that move me about movies, you know, since I was a kid, movies that feel so authentic. And you can't believe that it's actually a film, that there are cameras there. I remember seeing The Godfather, thinking, wait, how could there have been cameras there? It just feels so real. So that's always what I was striving for every day, and that's a part of the challenge, and part of the ultimate thrill.
Hi, here on the right. I'd like to ask you, one of the most amazing things of the movie is the music, and Lady Gaga and you performing it. So I would like to ask you if you can explain the process of writing the lyrics and composing the music with her, and if you think, as the title of the movie, we knew Lady Gaga as a great music artist, if you think that now a cinema star has born to.
She's an incredible actor, and has somebody who has received accolades and been acting and studied. I think she just didn't have the opportunity until now to work on a film that asked so much of her, and she delivered certainly everything that I could have possibly wanted and more. I'm just completely in awe of what she did in this movie. And I hope if she decides to, we'll keep working, because as a moviegoer, I like to see what she does. In terms of the lyrics, yeah, we had incredible writers on this movie. Jason Isbell, Mark Ronson, Hillary Lindsay, Lucas Nelson, Lady Gaga. People that really gave it their all also. And it was a process that was concurrent with the evolution of the film, because the songs really do reflect what's going on and between the two characters, themes that are investigated in the movie. And that was also thrilling. And we had an arsenal of songs, and it was sort of like most of this process, you just try and place them and see if they work, and find your way to creating a path to tell the story. And music was certainly an indelible part of that.
Hello, good morning. Everyone is talking about your film as strong Oscar contenders in Venice. You faced several Oscar campaigns as an actor. My question is, how do you face an Oscar race being a producer and a director? I mean, how does it change, and how do you face this challenge?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to have been a part of a certain Academy Awards for seasons. And the best part of that, I have to say, is meeting the other people. And you get to sort of, throughout the months, throughout the process, I remember on Silver Linings Playbook, I got to meet Daniel Day-Lewis, and that was like absolutely insane. Outside of that, I'm not sure how else, it's sort of a thing that occurs, and then you go there and you meet people and you talk to them, and then you either win or lose, and that's kind of it. The fact that people are talking about it, it's insane. This was a movie that was a bad idea. The fourth remake of A Star Is Born. Yeah, with someone who never directed and someone who never made a movie before. Yeah, that's not a great recipe. So the fact that you just asked that question, it almost feels like a joke. But the good news about what you're asking is that obviously means that people seem to be receiving the movie in the way that we intended it. And all we tried to do was make a movie that was real and authentic and that moved us, and that's about love and about what happens when two people love each other. And even with that, how hard it is to endure given life and family and finding your voice in this world. So it makes me very happy.
Hola, buenos días. Quiero preguntar un poco del guión porque tienes una primera hora que es realmente espectacular y la segunda dejas un poco de lado canciones y te centras mucho más en los personajes. Quiero cómo fue trabajar esta parte del guión para no perder el gancho de la primera y la segunda respecto a la relación entre los personajes. Gracias.
Yeah, the structure, cracking the structure for this movie was really, I wouldn't say the word difficult. I think writing any script is difficult. But if the audience doesn't, if they're not on the ride with these two people, then there's no movie. And the trajectory is going, it's going to rise and then it's going to start to tumble. And I'm not going to stay on that train unless I'm really invested in them. So the first act of the movie almost happens in real time. It's almost a night out with these two people, and the scenes have a rhythm that feels like so long that you just almost like, it creates a different type of rhythm. And then the rhythm sort of changes as you're watching other elements invade their love. And it's all purposeful, and I love that rhythm, but it all came out of the necessity to establish a true connection between the two at a very deep level. And I don't know how to do that in any other way than actually to be with these people almost in real time, and that's no doubt.
Hello Bradley, congratulations on the film, it was absolutely great. I was in the Toronto Film Festival. Oh yes, okay. Congratulations on the film. I watched it for the first time at the Toronto Film Festival and it was amazing. In the film, the most important thing I think is that all the characters, they are expressing themselves through the songs. So should I ask if there's a song that portrays you as a person or some lyrics probably? Thank you.
As a person, or you mean Jackson? I'm not sure.
No, as Bradley.
Bradley. I'll ask him. The hope is that it all is personal. I'd be lying if I didn't say that all of it has to come from a personal place. Otherwise, I wouldn't really know what I'd be telling people to do or hoping that they would discover themselves if I didn't have a point of view, and that point of view has to come from a personal place. So the answer, even though maybe it's not what you're looking for, because it's not a specific song, are all the songs.
Me gustaría saber, por favor, por qué has dado este salto a la dirección en las películas, si responde a alguna necesidad en concreta, quizás de hacer cosas más interesantes que puede que no vieras en los últimos papeles que te hayan podido ofrecer. Y luego la parte como actor, interpretas a un músico, cantas, no sé si has trabajado con alguien para prepararte mejor este papel o te has inspirado en alguien en concreto. Gracias.
Yeah, I think time, as I said before doing this, is the biggest currency. And as I was getting older, I thought, how am I going to spend my time? Because to do a movie, it really is a huge commitment, even as just an actor, at least in my experience in the last 10 years. And I love filmmaking. I've studied it since I was a kid, and I've always felt motivated to try to tell a story, but until I had a point of view or a story I wanted to tell, I knew there was nothing to do. And then things started to occur, and I wanted to tell this story. And then it was just about gathering the courage to do it. And I guess time, being 39 at the time, I remember always having in the back of my mind, like Clint Eastwood waited till he was, I think, famous before me. It came out when he was 41, but I think he was 40. Billy would know that. But so that was when I thought, well, if I wait till after 40, then I'm really screwed. What was the second part of your question?
En la película también, aparte de dirigir, actúas, interpretas a un músico. Me gustaría saber si
Oh, the
trabajaste
music
con
you
alguien.
were asking me about, gosh, yeah. No, I had to do a lot of work. Yes, yeah. I worked with this incredible voice coach, Roger Love. Thank God I found him, and he was willing to give up so much of his time every morning. I remember he said that no one works on their voice at 7:30 in the morning in his whole career. I think musicians usually don't start till afternoon. And I worked with him, and Lucas Nelson was an incredible partner. His band, Promise of the Real, is Jackson's band. And then I got to spend time with some musicians that I've befriended over the years. And again, to Warner Brothers' credit, they allowed me the time to prepare this movie and to really do what I thought that I needed to do in order to get to a place where I could show up on set and be completely ready and open to the day.
I wasn't actually very similar to what she just asked, but it was more related to what was it like for you? How hard or easy was it for you to do both directing and acting, and especially seeing that you're in the screen all the time? And if something wasn't really coming out the way you wanted it, did you get that feedback from your crew? Did you listen to them as a director, or how did that work?
I mean, what I love about this process and why I think I always was drawn to it is the collaborative aspects of it. And I love asking everybody on the crew, on the set, what they think. Unfortunately, you don't have the time to ask everybody what their point of view is because you have to make the movie, make your day. But I think because I had so much prep time again and was working out of a place that I knew what I wanted out of the scene or what I wanted to explore, I found it easier to be acting in it, to be on the field with the other actors. And the crew's right there. It's not as if the crew's in another room. We're all right there. So to be able to be at the helm, as it were, as a director, but on the field, to me is the perfect combination of how best I know how to tell a story. Because you can maintain the rhythm while also making changes, as opposed to having to stop and sort of lose that energy, talk about it, go back in. We could do it constantly while it's happening. And I suppose that's because that's my only experience as having been only an actor before and producer. But if I get the opportunity to keep doing it, that's to me the best way that I could serve the other actors, serve the crew, serve everything.
Hola Bradley, mi pregunta